It's time now for Your Retirement Matters with Arlene Brown. Make a positive difference in your financial life by developing a disciplined investment strategy so you can retire on time and stay retired. And now, Your Retirement Matters with Arlene Brown.
And this is Jeff Davis, and with me, the host of the show, Arlene Brown. Arlene, how are you today?
Oh, I'm wonderfully excited because it's exactly 9 days before Anger Day Tuesday.
Anger Day Tuesday. That's very interesting.
I know, because 9 days from now, Americans are going to the polls to show their anger at Washington. How Washington is, because if Washington keeps on doing what they're doing, they are going to run this country to the ground. So I believe the turnout will reflect the anger that is flowing like lava these days with high unemployment, high foreclosures, and non-stop printing of money. This is just a huge disconnect between what Washington is claiming and what they're doing. So that's what we are angry, Americans are angry about it.
It's amazing too, Arlene, you see the people marching in the streets of London. And the French people are doing the same thing, turning over cars, going on strike. You know, it's bad.
Well, it could happen here, but I don't. I hope not. But this election really is a turning point, because I believe that from this point forward, those politicians who want to expand state and federal spending will really have a hard time. So this moving forward, this is going to change. This November is really a turning point.
Well, my question is, Arlene, are we going to be following suit to what we see the British doing and the French doing? Because it's miserable over there right now.
Well, here's what I want. I hope not, really. But there is a clamor that for us to follow UK what David Cameron is doing, because David Cameron is seriously addressing the problem head on with budget cuts and an honest stab at the welfare reform. So that's what we are going to follow. Whether we are going to follow to the French to march down the streets and turning over cars, I don't think so.
The French are turning over cars because the retirement age is being raised to 62.
Their retirement age is 60. 60 is the new 40.
So how can a country sustain itself if people are going to retire at 60?
And no, they can't. They can't. And they're retiring early at 60, and look at the longevity. It's like 90, 95. So how can you sustain paying pension for 35 years? And then the debts are increasing, soaring. So, and they can print money unlike us.
All right, so here back at home, Ben Bernanke, the head of the Fed, he is set to roll out a new program that he calls quantitative easing. And I wonder if you can explain what that is, Arlene Brown, and I wonder if you can tell us whether you feel that will succeed.
Well, quantitative easing, they can call it whatever to make it sound intellectual, but what it really is, printing more money so they can buy more debt from banks, so the banks can turn around and lend more. Will it work? It will if the banks are really going to lend the money to the consumers. It will not work if the banks are going to hoard the money. But remember, they are going to print more money. Printing more money will not work in the long run. In the short run, yeah, it will trigger the stock market to go up again. Yes, yeah, the consumers would probably have short-term confidence, but again, the long run, it won't. Remember, there is 250% of the money supply, our dollars money supply, is already out there in the market, and then we are printing more money, and we are releasing this money again to the market. It will just trigger. Analysts are saying it will trigger at least 10% inflation.
When I was a kid, I always thought, Arlene, if only we printed more money, everybody would be rich,
Well, yeah, that's
I think some of our politicians still have that childlike view,
Well, some Americans, though, I mean, some people are like that as well. They have that spending till you drop mentality has to stop. And while strutting up and down the Wall Street, Walmart aisle, buying those cheap products from China, cannot just go on hoarding more without thinking whether you need it or not. So we gonna have to. It's a hard pill to swallow, but there are changes that needs to be done.
We're gonna have to bite the bullet.
Yes.
And that could happen a week from Tuesday.
Exactly.
At least the beginnings of it.
The beginning. It's the beginning. So I am really excited. because I'm and it's. I don't like the doom and gloom that it will then after November 2 election. No, it's positive. It's really positive because it's a turning point. It's a turning point. If we are going to take back control, we the small people, we're going to take back control Washington, and any politician from now on who is going to have just a little bit of hint that they are not going to be fiscally responsible, they are just going to be booted out again. So this is a turning point because the result of this election will show the small people that we can take back control of Washington.
I just hope it doesn't get as bad as it does in England and France.
I hope no. I hope not. I hope not.
It's really nasty there.
It's
riots
nasty.
and beatings and.
But it doesn't do the country any good to do that. It's destructive. But you see, they are resisting for the increase of retirement age. We are already at 67. Our retirement age is 67. But here's the deal. We need to make changes in the federal retirement system, and also the state level, because the state cannot, any state who is going to allow early retirement, okay, at 60 or after working for 10 years, and then support pension for 40 years, that just doesn't make sense.
Sure.
It doesn't add up. So what it is really what David Cameron is doing. Yeah, there are resistance, but what David Cameron is doing in UK is that he's a good speaker, wonderful speaker, but he's following up with that he is serious about doing something, and it's an honest stab at the welfare reform. So, and Sarkozy is not going to back down, and I hope he is not going to back down. I hope he's not going to back down, because I just hope. Yeah.
All right. Well, I agree with everything you're saying, Arlene Brown, for what it's worth. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new reality. This is a very different time that we live in. So why don't you take out the guessing game and take advantage of Arlene Brown's complimentary, no obligation, 3-step review process to ensure that whatever financial decision you'll make, it's the right decision for you. Now, here's what you do. You can email Arlene at Arlene, ARLENE, at yourretirementmatters.net. Make sure it's .net, not .com. Arlene at yourretirementmatters.net. Or you can call 678-741-5334. That's 678-741-5334. And as I always say, if you can't get this down because maybe you're driving in your car, you don't have a pen, whatever, you can always call the radio station on Monday, and we will get you in touch with financial advisor Arlene Brown. Her number again, 678-741-5334. When we come back from our break, Arlene will be answering your questions, which is always a lot of fun. So stay tuned, folks. You're listening to Your Retirement Matters with financial advisor Arlene Brown. We'll be right back.